Hi, it's me again with Corel Draw Tips and Tricks. Somebody is trying to create something similar to this with the envelope tool, and they made this shape, and then they go to Effects and Envelope, Place Inside Frame, and you can see what it does. It makes it into a horseshoe. So we shift select that and go EC, and then move that over. It's going to be a horseshoe and not a rounded corner like he had it. He had it in a rounded corner, but the envelope tool is going to squish it into that shape. And I'm going to do it the way he's thinking, but there's a lot easier way to do it than this. But it might give somebody some guidance in the future. I drew out the table tool and I put it in the center of the page, and then I lifted it up evenly where it would be kind of in there. And I don't really think it matters on this, but we need to make, let me look at my, we need to make an ellipse first, holding down the control button, and then I'm going to hit P and I'm going to move it up. For this to work, everything's got to be perfect. So what we want to do is we want to figure out the distance of some of these lines. So I'm going to take the parallel dimension tool and I'm going to go from like right there or right there, and I get 2.43. So I'm going to make this ellipse 2.43. And now you can see it matches up with the lines. Now I want to know how big my table tool is, or how big so there's two ways to do this. You can do it here and then we're at 0.30. You can always do that, but another way you can do it is take your smart fill tool and fill that in, move it out of the way, and then you got 0.34, 0.034 or 0.304. So we need to make this ellipse that much smaller. I might have to write down that number, 0.34. So I'm going to Control D, and I'm going to go right here and take away that, and I'm going to go minus 0.68 because I have to double it. Nope, that didn't work. My math must be wrong. Okay, so it's 6.08. So make a duplicate. I want to make sure I do have the duplicate there. Go up there, and I always take away the 0.6.08. I didn't put a plus minus sign. I want to go minus 0.608. And that lined it up exactly with my lines. Now we do, depending on how he wants to do it, I'm going to take this line and I'm going to reduce it in size, holding down the shift key to about right there. Try to have it click right on that line. We could do it with measurements. We're probably going to have to do it with measurements. It'd be a pretty involved measurement. No, it wouldn't. Let's just take that out of the way for a second. And let's go from the center of the page to the bottom of that line, 705. Let's take our ellipse, put it back to P, and make it 7.05. Nope, that wasn't it. I need to double it. 14.10. See, that put it right at the edge of that. So you've got to, I was only measuring half the circle and we need the whole circle. But see, I put it right on the mark. Then you just need to figure out what you're going to do in here. You actually need another circle. Well, this would be good on math. So I'm going to make a duplicate and I'm going to go plus, 6.08, which is this, no, I didn't do that right. I times it plus 0.608. See, that put it at the exact other part of the line. And we're not worried about the particular circle. Now, when I do something like this, yes, this will work. I'm going to make a duplicate of this just in case I get all messed up. So I'm going to hold down the Alt key and hit the plus key, and then I'm going to move the other out of the way. So the Alt key made it select like all of it. Now, you can either smart fill this or virtually segment delete it. We're going to go with virtually segment delete this. So we're going to delete all these lines. Well, I took out one. No, I didn't. That's how that's going to go. Whoop, I went too far. This is probably something nobody else is going to ever do, but it is a good way to do this. But I'm going to show him. He's wasting a lot of time because I'm pretty sure I can draw what he wanted to draw without going through all this. And if I have time at the end of the video, I'll put it there. If not, I'll make a second video. So stay tuned for that. And like I said, you could smart fill this, but some of these places are so small that you spend time. When I first thought he was doing good, I thought that's pretty smart. And it is. I love it for drawing this like this. Look at that. Now, if you notice, we're longer over here. So that's going to change our calculation. No, I went too far. That's what it is. I went past that line. I was wondering why that happened. I just need to go to this line. There we go. Yep. Now I'm going to take the, I think what I'm going to do now is take the Alt key, select everything, and group it together, Control G. Because that way when I do this, look at that. Now, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to delete some more lines. I'm going to go to here. So those tabs are a little bit longer. You could actually go all the way. You know what? Since we're working in the center of the page, let's just go all the way. And then he can determine, how big he wants the tab. The only thing wrong with this is we're going past our 10 degree or 20 degree movement. But I think it'll work regardless. Now, because we group this together, we can just grab it anywhere and move it out of the way. And then nudge this back. I am going to left click, right click, Control D, alternate C. And this way I can tell how far I need to rotate it. Because we're not going to be 20. We are going to be 24. So we hit 24 and looks good. Look at it a little closer. Perfect. So instead of using the Control D, let's use the transformation docker. So I'm going to grab that, alternate C to have it rotate from the center. Go to Windows, Dockers, and Transform, or yours might say Transformation. 24 times, we need 15, but we've already got one. And then we're going to weld this together. And look at that. you have that. Now, there's a lot easier way to do this, young man. And I'm going to make a second part because this was kind of long. So if you want to stay tuned to part 2, and I could probably do this in 30 seconds. But I do like this idea. I do like, because you could make some, you can make some shapes in here that you couldn't make without what I'm going to do with part 2. I mean, you could, add some, like, well, let's just do it. You could do this. And you could have this that you couldn't easily do with part 2. So I do like his idea. I commend you for that. But anyway, stay tuned for part 2. Hope that helped him, and thank you for watching.